Hi, and welcome to Real Food Real Fast. I'm health coach Angelle Batten, and I am here with my awesome chef.
Chef Jackie White from PrepLikeAChef.com.
I wish she was my personal chef. I'm sorry, I cut you off there. PrepLikeAChef.com. I wish she were my personal chef, although she brings me food all the time, so I can't complain. In this episode, we are talking about how to line your pans. So when you're using some baking pans or sheets, how to line them. There aren't a ton of options. There is aluminum foil, and there's parchment paper. I have this very cute parchment paper that my mom got me that's printed with owls on it. But talk to us about how to line your pan and when you would use aluminum foil, if you use it, versus parchment paper or other options.
I generally use parchment paper for everything. So to me, this would be more like a camping grilling item.
Yeah, we use it for campfire banana splits. Or we have that great recipe, the oven steamed chicken or grill. You can do it on the grill or the oven, steamed chicken and vegetables. Like, I will use aluminum foil for that, but I don't generally line a pan with it because I kind of try to avoid.
Why don't you just use a lid for that?
I don't know. That might be another episode. But I generally try to avoid aluminum.
So it's ironic that we avoid aluminum, but then our cookie sheets are
aluminum cookie sheets.
Right.
So what do we do about that?
So what I do, because I want to create a couple things. This is going to be a protective layer between my food and my metal, right?
Right. So the parchment paper.
And I do, stainless steel is just like 5 times more expensive. It's a lot heavier. The aluminum, this is what you use in a real industrial kitchen. They're very inexpensive. I mean, $8 tops. I have 10 of these, so I can rotate them out. I don't have cooling racks. I just lay them all on top of each other opposite ways at Christmas, and they cool.
Cool.
So very space saving if you have all the same pan.
Okay.
But aluminum, I want to still protect myself from the metals. So I always put parchment down no matter what I'm cooking on here. Plus it's easy cleanup.
Yeah. People probably think about it not always just to protect from the metals or the aluminum, but to really clean up. Makes cleanup so much easier.
So parchment in a store can be expensive. I buy it at like a Gordon Foods or at like a restaurant place, but it comes in twice the size, and I just cut it in half.
Okay.
Now I just did notice, and I'm not trying to promote one store over another, but Kroger has pop-up parchment now. Love it. It's the size of this pan. You pull it out, it pops, and it just sits in here.
Oh, nice. So you like pre-cut, you mean?
Yes.
Pre-cut. Like,
and
so it's like a Kleenex box. You just pull it out.
And you just pull it out and you put it in here.
I don't know I'm not sure how big of a deal it is, but I use the unbleached parchment paper usually.
It just depends what's available. So it's still better than aluminum, right? Bleached over aluminum.
Okay.
So it's still a better barrier. Now, then you get into things like, in the summertime, I love to do dinner packets in foil.
Yeah, like that steamed chicken and vegetable.
And a lot of times I'll set everything out and people come over and they can make their own layered thing and then they fold it up. And then, you always get the people, I see you on TV and you're going to let the foil touch the food. So you can't ever just enjoy your own little party, right? So
not when you're a chef.
Yeah, you never get to not bring a dish either. You always bring in a dish. So what I do to avoid the same system is I create a barrier.
Okay.
So parchment down with my foil, but what makes foil more awesome than parchment is it's a heat conductor and it's going to hold heat when you're grilling or even in the oven. You can do foil dinners in the oven and have less dishes. So I would layer my my vegetables, my protein, my seasonings, right? And then you're just going to lift it up and create your tent. So the beauty of the foil as opposed to see how the parchment's rolling? The foil
food in there that would hold your parchment down.
And or you can do this to create a seal. Nice. But the foil is going to help you have control over your package and create a tent so that the steam can escape.
Love it.
And so that gives you control and bendiness, and this gives you protection. So the combo when you're doing something on a camping trip or when you're doing it on the grill is perfect.
Awesome.
And I've seen people in a pinch even just put wax paper down when they're cooking.
So but isn't there like a temperature it gets too hot? You're going to get...
Yeah,
I did that once by accident. I had the unbleached wax paper and the unbleached parchment paper.
Oh,
got a little waxy.
So I've seen people do it in a pinch. I've done deli paper in a pinch because I have deli paper because of work. I have the little pop-ups that you roll sandwiches in.
But so something to protect from the metals, but also to help with cleanup. And then you can use the parchment to protect if you're making foil.
This also creates an insulator, so when you're baking, you'll burn less things. Like your edges get less burnt.
Okay.
And it's if you're just doing cookies after cookies, you don't have to put a new piece of parchment down.
Right. Just keep using the same one.
Even if it's a different cookie, because it's going back in the oven, it's getting heated up, and you're not going to have a cross-contamination issue. It's not a raw,
Okay,
protein.
perfect. So visit us at preplikeachef.com, AngelleBatten.com. Lots of free recipes, tips, and tricks. I mean, most important is that we want to get you in the kitchen and get cooking.
Real food, real fast.